morning, Chris. How you guys doing? Good morning, Sabrina.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
Doing pretty good. It's interesting discussion on Bill 112 always, but we wanted to bring you on
Yes,
for an
I
update.
heard that.
I know there's a lot going on, and you've got a conference call with the feds in a few, so we'll just go ahead and give you the floor. Can we start with the job search requirement?
Sure, sure. So, as my press release says, August 1st is when it's going to start for every PUA claimant who's filing for benefits. And we're one of the last places in the nation to get this put into effect. And this is something that USDOL is requiring. And the date and the time is set by the governor. So they wanted, USDOL wanted it on earlier than later. And, I had to remind them that the governor makes this call. And so they bowed to that. So August 1st. And one of the main reasons why we pushed it to August 1st is because we're starting to do the education campaign. We're trying to get it out to the claimants that this is part of PUA, the requirements, just like getting a letter saying that you were unemployed because of COVID in order to get this assistance. This is a requirement. This is not something that, I can just say, no, we're not going to do this. Every state is doing it. And we follow Hawaii's guidelines. And it's not one of the most, in other states, they require 5 job search. And most of the other states have been on since May. And so, we're putting it till August so that I can get the education out there. Please read the press releases. We're going to start doing some slots in the ads. And we're going to post a video this week on step-by-step for a claimant to follow on how to put it in, job search. And it's very basic. Once you answer the typical question when you file your week, did you look for work? And you said yes, then it's going to go right into the job search, requirements. It's going to ask you for the typical stuff, the name of the business, who did you see, the position that you applied for, and if you're interested, you just follow those blanks, and it's going to ask you to do it 3 times. And if you do it 3 times, then you're going to qualify for that week to get assistance. If you don't do it, then it's going to put an issue on your weekly claim and probably hold it. Now, the system is the same, similar system as everywhere in the nation. And this is something that is just inherent with any UI, job assistance, is that you have to do job searches. Now, I put it on, it's only the last 5 weeks. And we're just trying to get this software up and running and get it all in place by August 1st, because, we are unique compared to the states that we only have the PUA module. We don't have a UI and a PUA module melted together so they run seamlessly. And it's a lot more challenge to get things done when you only have one piece of the whole pie. So follow what you see. A job, people are saying, I've heard it. Well, there's no jobs out there. There's a lot of jobs. Is there enough jobs for everybody? No, there's not enough jobs for everybody. But there are jobs out there. And it's not that you have to get a job every week. It's that you just have to do a job search. You have to get up and get out. And you don't even have to get out, actually. You can go on Hire Guam and submit your resume and submit it to different job vacancies that are on Hire Guam. It's all electronic. But there are a number of ways. You can go down to the AJC and get assistance. That counts as a job search. If you're in training, you're exempted. If you're reduced hours, you put in your income, and that will trigger the system to show you that you don't need to do a job search. So, we're trying to make it as easy as possible. We're a lot less stringent than a lot of states are. And it's time to start looking for work, because September 4th comes and the money runs out, then what are you going to do? You can't just sit there and complain that there's no work for you. Government can only carry you so far. And I'm working very hard to try to get the business party out that the government wanted us to get out. And that's of course, helping the private sector, fund them for 480 hours at $9.25 an hour. We're still waiting for the ARP funding guidelines to come out, so I know what the requirements are, and that we know exactly how much we're going to get funded, so I know how many jobs we'll be able to help private sector bring on board. So there's a lot of things going on, Chris and Sabrina, and I'm trying to keep up with it all. And believe me, I'm listening. When I listen at the Chamber of Commerce and the stakeholders meeting, and when I go out talking to all my business friends, they are all having a hard time hiring. Yeah. And but they understand that it's coming. September's coming around, and most of them are just saying, "Okay, we'll wait. We'll try to ride it out, but we need people to get hired." And the job search will help. And when they hear that, they say, "Good." So I'm trying to balance the two, and I'm doing the best that we can, and also having USDOL on my back. So there's a lot of things, and I'm trying to keep the governor well informed, and so that she can make sure that we move forward in a good, correct, and logical manner.
All right, Bree, do you have any more?
No.
Dave, thanks. I know you got that conference call. I'm pretty sure after we hang up, I'm going to think of oh darn.
So we continue the batch. The money's going out. Sometimes there's delays in the checks. I know people have been asking, where's the money for the checks? These are inherent delays for the processing. There's so much that goes behind processing checks than it does for direct deposits. But everything is running as smooth as it can be, and be standing by. We're going to be releasing some ads and some more education on how to do the job search. So as your questions come up, as you start to read how the job searches are going to work, I'll be glad to come on and let everybody know.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad this is the first time I left you speechless.
No, there's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I'll text you later. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you guys later. And that was a good conversation before me.
It was, yeah, definitely. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks.
All right,
Stay safe.
let's keep it in the KUAM News Zoom room where we're finally starting to catch up here. Guam Department of Education Superintendent John Fernandez. Good morning, John.